afternoon. It's Wednesday, 29th of January. It's Chinese New Year today, so Happy New Year. It's the first week of the new block, which is really focusing on more on the marathon. I've just come out of a speed work block. Now we're starting to tailor towards marathon specific tempo runs, threshold, that sort of stuff. I'm just warming up now. I'm trying out the Adidas Pro 4s. Now, I've only just run a couple of kilometres from the house to warm up, and by God, they are so different to the Pro 3s. So yeah, very different. I'm going to do the session and see what they're like. I've gone for this silver and red colourway. As you can see here, they're going to get dirty quickly, but I'm not bothered about that. They're very unstable though, compared to 3. They're sort of like collapsing everywhere because they're so bouncy and spongy that they're just all over the place at the moment. Right, I'll catch you in a bit, maybe during one of the breaks, halfway or something. See you in a bit. Halfway through the session, only got a minute rest for the next 2 reps. Quite tough this. I've always struggled with tempo, threshold running and all that sort of stuff. Very hard to pace in the park, dog walkers, narrow paths, all that sort of stuff. A little bit of incline, twisting and turning. Oh God, a minute goes fast. I better get ready. See you at the end of the session. The shoes though are absolutely mad. See you in a bit. Session done. Easy back home. Got through it. Did alright with the pacing, I think. I'll have to look at the intervals later, but I think I did alright. Paces, I hope, will come down closer the race. It's quite a long session actually. I'm on 16.42 kilometres in total, and then it's another 1.5 back I think from here. So yeah, it's quite a big session that. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Good morning, Saturday. I'm doing a park run today. I'm not doing my local one. I'm going to go to Roller Valley, which is a flat 1 loop course. I'm meeting a friend, Danny, who I'm going to lift with. So I'm just going to run to the meeting point, and then it's a short drive. Yeah, I'm going to try and get better than 1943, which I tried to 2 weeks ago, but I failed. So today let's try and do it. But yeah, I'm gonna go meet him, so I'll catch you in a bit. Park run, yeah, went to Roller Valley. It's a fast course, 1 loop, 5k, but the surface is awful. If you look at the Strava, don't ignore the heart rate. It was locked very high from the start. I knew it was wrong because I was chatting casually with a guy called Daniel, who came up to me, well, ran alongside me for a while, and we were just talking because he followed the channel, so that was nice. And we were just talking casually, so I don't think I was near 200 heart rate. I started too fast because I went with Danny, my mate, and he got 18 minutes. He's still sort of coming back from injury. He's a 16-minute 5k only, but yeah, I tried to go with him at the start. He was telling me to go with him, and I looked at about half a k went, and I looked at my watch, and the pace was 3:19 minute kilometre pace, and I tried to go with him for like half a k, which I did. It felt actually fine. That's why I carried on. But then I looked at my watch and I was like, no, back off. But yeah, that probably aided the stitch that I got later on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with being close to 18 minutes. If I can get into that the next time I do park run, which will be in a good few weeks, because now the long runs are getting quite big now, so I won't be doing park run for a while. Catch you in a bit. Good morning. It's Sunday long run. It's about, what is that, just after 8 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to go a lot earlier, but I've not had much sleep. I've had about 5 hours, Same amount of sleep I had yesterday before the park run, actually 5 hours, but yeah, so I decided to have a tiny bit more sleep and rest before I headed out. It's 30k today, around that, steady with some pacing in it. See how I get on. Like I say, I'm not had much sleep, a bit tired, that brain fog, but yeah, I'll take you along with me today. My route's not going to be that exciting, more about getting the work in rather than enjoying the scenery and going out to my normal route. So today I might be going along the roads behind trading estates, industrial estates, retail parks. Temperature's about 3 degrees. I've got a couple of Morton gels. I've got a packet of Veloforte chews. I've got a precision fuel gel which I'm going to try, and I've got a water bottle with me with a bit of carb drink in it. Got the Adidas Pro 3s on, my trusty long run shoe, but yeah, I'm going to get going now. See you in a bit. 16.62k in, just over halfway. I've just done one sort of set of steady pace work, and I'm on a 1k float now. The set was, well, I'm doing 3 times 4 km steady pace, which is anywhere from 4:30 to touching to 4:20, somewhere around that, maybe around 4:25 or something. Right, I better get ready for the next set. 1k floats over, another 4k. I'll see you in a bit. Second set done. I'm on the 1k float. Hit some alright paces in that one, I think. Touching 4:20, sometimes a little bit under. I'm gonna head back towards home now and do the last set on the way to the park. Just taking a Morton 160 gel, 40 grams of carb. Got about 400 metres left of this float. I'll catch you near the end of the run and this last set's done. See you in a bit. That's me done. Oh, that last set was hard. The fatigue kicked in quite big. First few k of it was a little bit more undulation. I even had to go up a flight of steps, quite steep, and then yeah, started feeling tired. I guess that's the 5 hours sleep yesterday and 5 hours sleep last night catching up on me. So yeah, it's quite tough. I couldn't take my last gel either. Just felt a little bit sick in the stomach. Not sure what it is, but yeah, felt a bit sickly. Oh, apple head.
Yeah.
Has he got an apple on his head? Okay. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, long run. Felt really bad towards the end of that. I started the steady run block uphill, maybe 3k, where I'm just continuously climbing, and I even had to climb a set of stairs, quite steep staircase, and then yeah, I just felt really tired after that. My stomach was in knots, and that's why I didn't take my last gel. And then when I got back home, my stomach was just playing up big time, which is weird because I've used all the fuel before. I had a precision fuel gel which I didn't take. I don't have that anymore because I'll spare you the gory details, but yeah, because my stomach was in knots, my bowels were going off crazy. I went to the toilet, and when I flushed, my precision fuel gel popped out of the short pocket, the belt bit, and literally went down the toilet. So as I flushed, so yeah, I've still not tried precision fuel. I thought I'd save it to this run
didn't take it because I felt sick, and then I've accidentally flushed it down the toilet. So there's a precision fuel gel somewhere in the sewer, unused. So yeah, I'll have to. I've got another one, but it's a caffeine one, so I will try it eventually, maybe next week. 30k done. Another one in the books. Another one in the bank. And yeah, it's scary to think that I've only got really 3 more structured long runs left, and then I've got obviously tapering down, but yeah, 3 more big ones left. I'll have to see how it goes in the next few weeks, but I'm still confident that I can get into sub 3 shape. There's still a good bit of time left. We'll just put this long run today behind me very quickly. So some pasta.
No, please.
No, please.
The last video, if you watched it, I answered a few questions that I've received. I've still got loads to go through, but each episode I'll probably throw some in there, because I was going to talk about the training anyway and what's different from Valencia. 2 people have asked sort of questions around training, so I thought it'd be a good way to answer that and explain about the training. So the first question is from James Chavez 5723. Who is coaching you? Very simple question and a very simple answer. Nobody is coaching me. After every single marathon sub 3 fail, I get all these coaches coming to me, messaging me, coming out of everywhere, up and down the country and all that stuff, saying, oh, I'd love to work with you, I'd love to work with you. And, you know, it's great. I do like how people are sort of getting invested in things, but I always say, look, I don't really want another monthly outgoing fee. This is not really, you know, something that I feel that I want to really pay for. The whole point of the vlogs and me going through this running journey is to discover an error and fail and, you know, get back up and try something different. You know, if I was, you know, a bit more serious in a club or really looking to push for something, then maybe, yeah, I'd probably invest money wise and get a coach. Obviously, I think if you're a high level runner, you probably will already have a coach and you'll probably recommend it. I'm not a talented runner or anything like that. I'm just a hobbyist. Spent 12 years doing combat sports. I've got into running so late. So that question actually segues nicely into talking about what's different to Valencia, because I'm not being coached as such, but it's more like I'm getting advice and talking to sort of really good fast runners, I guess. I've got a few people that I do talk to quite regularly. Fraser Carr, he's a guy who ran Valencia. Yeah, he got in touch, reached out and just sort of said he's invested in the journey and he'd love for me to break sub 3. And, you know, I thought it was, oh, he's going to ask for money. He's going to just be one of these coaches again. He's not a coach for a start, and he's just a talented runner, really. So, yeah, I said, look, if you want to give me some advice, I'm all ears. So that's what I've done. So the question from Aaron Palmer, the next question is there anything particularly different to what you may have done before that you plan to put into your next block to crack sub 3? Different workouts, different intensities, different volume, gym work, or do you feel training approach is broadly there? So that's the question, and the answer is yeah, definitely tweaking the plan, working with Fraser, throwing ideas back and forth, getting his advice after Christmas, so there's, you know, a bit of a break where I've had. One thing about the training before, for the Valencia build, the midweek tempo run, the thresholdy stuff, I don't think one session went really well. It was almost to a point where it was a bit pointless to have that session in there, because it wasn't really giving me very good adaptations. I never felt good in it, and it just probably tired me out for the long run maybe. So that's something that we've removed. We've taken out a session and we've kept it pretty much every week, apart from if there's a part run, pretty much every week, just 2 sessions. They've all been suggested from Fraser. So yeah, some of them have been really hard. They've kicked my ass a bit. That hill session that you saw in the last video, that was hard. He's gone through the plan and tried to tweak as much as he can. Obviously, I'm a little bit stubborn and I want things that I've done in the past. You know, a lot of it is my input as well, the rest days and stuff like that. And I've kept some part runs in just because I want to do them, things like that. But yeah, I've taken a lot of advice to make the plan a lot more, I guess, a lot more specific on marathon as well. After the speed phase, which is the initial start of the plan, now I'm moving into like a threshold tempo-y sessions, more geared towards long distance marathon, and bringing in the long run
pacing, the really long runs with a lot more structured pacing in, which I've not really been doing in Valencia build, because I've just been running around the nice routes with the big hills and the nice views. But now you've seen on the video that I'm just getting the work in. I'll run wherever I can to get that consistent pacing in. I'm going to drive out to a few places in the future as well, like I normally do, to get those key workouts that I've done in the past. Really looking at the days that you have to prepare for these sessions now. Now we've thrown one session out, which was normally on a Thursday I did it. Now that's gone. It gives an extra easy day or recovery day, and I think that just makes a big difference so far. It's not like a coach. I'm not like talking to Fraser every single day or anything like that. It's just he's been back and forth at the very start of the training to build a plan, to help me build a plan with all the issues that I had, you know. And that answers your question. Is there anything different? Well, pretty much the whole plan is different. The plan hopefully gives me confidence anyway, but it's not the plan that's really gonna, you know, say if I can do it or not. It's gonna be me when I turn up on that start line, and how I am, how I feel, how I deal with the situation, the nerves, and have I done my fueling right? Have I got the carb load right? Have I had enough rest? All that sort of stuff's going to play into it as well. But we'll see. I'm still confident on getting to sub-3 shape. I think I'll leave it there with the questions. There's loads more, and I'll get through them in more videos. I'll see you next time.